This afternoon from Fenway Park, the Red Sox hope to dodge the weather and grab a series victory over the Toronto Blue Jays. It's Game 3, wrapping up this quick homestand coming off a pretty costly win on Saturday. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the ballpark. Dave O'Brien, delighted to be joined by Steve Lyons and the Hall of Famer Dennis Eckersley today. And Eck, yesterday costly because Blake Swihart is out for 15 days after jamming that ankle up against that wall down the left field line. That looked like a very scary play.
Well, he hasn't played left field that long for him, but he's made some nice plays early on. And yesterday was a tremendous play that he made against this wall. He knew it was coming up on him, but he still went for it, and it looked like a tremendous catch. And you knew he got hurt. His foot, you see it get bent back like that. He ends up catching that ball, but it ricocheted off of the side of the wall. They didn't give him a catch on it, but when he got up to walk, everybody sort of held their breath and thought that everything's going to be okay. It remains to be seen, but he's on the DL.
And Ryan Hannigan, of course, battling that neck issue that he has for a while now. They placed him on the DL as well. It's unusual that you see this many moves made in one day, but it was a necessity. Noe Ramirez is on that shuttle back and forth from Pawtucket to the big leagues in Boston. So Castillo is up, Hembry is up, and Sandy Leon gets called up to do the backup catching duties. We'll see whether or not he's the guy that gets to catch the knuckleball.
Yeah, Red Sox were down to one catcher, Christian Vazquez, by the end of the day yesterday. The good news today is there is baseball to be played. This grounds crew has done a tremendous job. Tarp is now off the field. It's the Sox in Toronto to finish the homestand. Game 3 is coming up. By BuyAToyota.com, Toyota's website for deals. By Dunkin' Donuts, America runs on Dunkin'. The 2017 Kia Sportage, visit anykiadealers.com to learn more. By Digital Federal Credit Union, see what DCU can save you. And by Southwest Airlines, transparency, low fares, and nothing to hide. Red Sox looking to take 2 in a row here from Toronto, win the series, and then about to wing it west for San Francisco, and a quick 2-game series against the National League Giants. Well, it is Junior Announcer Day, and let's go to Max for the Blue Jay lineup, brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers.
Thanks, Mr. O'Brien. Here's today's Blue Jays lineup. Leading off in right field, Jose Bautista. The DH, Josh Donaldson. At first, Edwin Encarnacion. The catcher, Russell Martin. Left field, Michael Saunders. The second baseman, Devin Travis. And center field, Kevin Pillar. At third base, Matt Dominguez. At shortstop, Darwin Barney.
Max, great work there. And time to look at the Red Sox starting pitcher presented by your New England Audi dealers, and that'll be the left-hander Eduardo Rodriguez. He's 1-0, an ERA of 3. He made his much anticipated return from his spring training knee injury and tossed 6 innings of 2-run ball against Baltimore on the 31st of May. He got a 6-2 win, and Eck, he didn't walk anybody. He scattered 6 hits. What would you give him for a grade on that?
Well, I'll tell you what, I give him a B. I saw 2 pitches, good velocity, great changeup. He's around the plate, didn't walk anybody, so you had to like his command. But gave up a lot of balls that long fly balls that were caught. It could have been worse, but for first start like that, everybody's got to feel good about it.
Through 89 pitches, he had 3 strikeouts, and again staying away from ball 4, and that's a real good idea against that particular lineup, Steve.
Yeah, and he's up against the same situation here. That start was against Baltimore, a team that if you put guys in base when they hit the home runs, it makes it so much worse for you. The same deal with Toronto. These guys can hit the ball out of the park. Eck, did it worry you that he only did throw 2 of his pitches? He rarely used his slider in that game.
I think we've always been concerned about that. Remember last year a few times he wouldn't even go to his slider. I mean, he's been so good he really hasn't needed it. But you get around this league a few times, you've got to have 3 pitches. The Red Sox defense brought to you by Southwest Airlines. The Red Sox are 4th in the American League in defense, 27 errors in 56 games. You see around the infield, Travis Shaw, Bogey, Pedroia, Hanley Ramirez at first. In the outfield, you got Chris Young now in left field, Bradley Jr. in center, Mookie Betts in right. Behind the plate, Christian Vasquez catching Eduardo Rodriguez.
Here are the umpires now, brought to you by ToyotaCertified.com. Sean Barber behind the plate, Ron Culpa at first, Chris Conroy at second, Jerry Meals takes over at third base. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP presented by ToyotaCertified.com. Search for your factory-backed Toyota Certified used vehicle right now. And the weather brought to you by Benjamin Moore, the official paint of the Boston Red Sox. Showers in the forecast right now, 66 degrees. And a breeze out toward left. Jose Bautista to lead things off against Erod, whose first pitch of the day is high and wide for ball 1. Bautista hitting just .229 with 11 home runs. They moved him into the leadoff spot. And he's hit in 11 out of 14 since they made him the leadoff man. 1 for 5 against Rodriguez.
Obi, I don't know if it makes a big deal that they made that change because he's not hitting all that much, as you said, under 230. But since they moved him to the leadoff, they are 11-4, and the team has really taken off.
He walks a ton, leading the American League in walks with 43. 2-1.
I see early on with Erod out there, the new windup, right? That's a David Price windup. Obviously, he's been following David around, doing everything that David Price does.
High fly ball lifted into left deep. Young backing up, turning around, and off the top of the wall it kicks back. Is it gone though? That's the question.
The ball's gone.
Yeah, they are going to rule that a home run and send him in. And Bautista's none too sure, and now here he comes. It took a little while for Jerry Meals. That was on top of that ledge out there, and that is home run number 12 and a quick 1-0 lead.
It doesn't seem like much, this fly ball, but Fenway Park and there's no wind blowing in, and he just pops this ball up. I don't think this is a home run in too many ballparks, but you see Young goes back, runs out of room, and it's that ledge. It hits the top of the ledge.
Anytime you see a ball hit a wall and it bounces up, it's out of the ballpark. It would bounce down if it hit the side of the wall.
So just like that, 1-0. And Donaldson to dig in at DH today. He's back in the lineup after missing yesterday's game after jamming his thumb about a week ago, and then he aggravated that again during this series. .254 with 13 home runs. I get the feeling today the ball is just going to fly all afternoon, and it often does after rain showers. And you have at times a fairly stiff wind blowing out to left.
Of all people, he's just wore out the Red Sox. He's hit over 20 home runs here in Fenway Park.
Bloop foul back out of play. Encarnacion up next. 1-2-3, really tough in this Toronto lineup when you're talking Bautista, Donaldson, Encarnacion.
And one thing to look for out of Erod today is where is he? Is he living upstairs? Because he's not the kind of pitcher that can do that. He did that and got away with it in Baltimore. This team won't let you.
Well, he's got to do that. He's got to come inside on these right-handers. But once again, all fastballs up to this point. You got to like the velocity there. You don't want to leave it out of the plate. 94 gas inside, but he's had that. He loves that great changeup. Where he's going to feature it a lot.
2-2 pitch and fouled away.
There, another 94-mile-an-hour fastball. A little tired swing there by Donaldson. Sort of protecting this ball down and away.
This is a great game for UAC. Instead of gas Mastersons, we have 2 changeup Mastersons in this game.
Yeah, but he's got some gas too, Erod.
2-2 to Donaldson. On the infield, hit gently. Shaw went for the bare hand. Fine play to get him.
That is an ill-advised and impossible play to make. It's amazing he's running that hard to his left, reaches back to barehand it. Reaching back almost, it's almost like a backhand barehand play to make that play. Most guys would try to glove this ball. He has huge hands, and we've seen him do this a lot, and he almost never messes it up. I would never in a million years try to do it that way, and he gets it done.
You know, I never knew what to expect out of him at third base, but he has done a nice job. I know he's made his errors, a couple throwing errors recently, but he's done a nice job at third.
1 out Encarnacion up there, 248, 11 homers, 44 driven in.
Now they teach the infielders to circle the ball, round it off, and get your momentum going to the plate. He almost circled that back the opposite direction and made the play.
The 1-0 pitch downstairs. Encarnacion went sliding back into first on a play there yesterday and looked like he had really injured himself. Stayed down for a little while.
He did.
And there was speculation that he might not play today because of that. Count goes to 3-0. Back in there today, Russell Martin, that moved up in the lineup. He's hitting 4th. And on deck, just getting started, 1-0 Toronto. On a home run by Bautista. We've said that before here.
Oh, wow. More than 20 times.
The 3-1 to the first baseman. And that is in there, and he flipped the bat.
I mean, that's a late strike call.
Yeah, by Sean Barber.
I mean, I like umpires that just call it real quick, because they'll change their mind. Just, give me a strike now. When you fake the hitter out like that, you're going to get shown up.
So full count on Encarnacion. Hitting .333 his last 7 games. Pop foul out of play to the right.
Look at the cluster of pitches there, and when you look at the graphics, everything up in the zone.
Only thrown 1 changeup up to this point. Another fastball coming.
3-2 to center field. Jackie started back now in to put that away. 2 down. Last year Rodriguez was knocked around by Toronto. He did go 1-1, but his ERA was .844 against the Blue Jays. Total of 10 2/3 innings, and he gave up 10 earned runs.
And that was his year. He had like 3 games, nuclear games. Remember, the Baltimore lit him up, and we started talking about tipping pitches. Toronto lit him up.
Yeah, had 1 good start against them and 1 brutal one.
Russell Martin checking in at 195 with 3 home runs. And has struck out a ton, 52 times and 154 at bats. It's a lot for him. Bases empty, 2 down and a run in on the Bautista home run that barely got out.
They've had some weird cleanup hitters in this series, right? Smoke, Saunders, and now Martin hitting a .195, hitting 4th.
Smoke out of the lineup today. He's really been their most consistent hitter. Martin jumps into that spot.
Saunders on deck, and a 2-0 is down low. So another 3-ball count. He's off to a choppy start.
He needs that last pitch. I thought the umpire was just going to make a late call again.
Has to come all the way back against a good fastball hitter, and he fouls that away. Got the green light. That was on a fastball, 3-1.
Not too many guys can go out there and throw 21 pitches and maybe 1 or 2 changeups. That's it.
Rodriguez made 21 starts as a 22-year-old rookie last year. Led the American League among rookies in wins with 10. A trickler. Shaw uses the glove this time and gets it. But Rodriguez coughs up a home run to Bautista, and it's 1-0 Toronto. Time now for the Red Sox lineup from Jonathan and a special guest brought to you by BuyAToyota.com.
Hello, Sox Nation. Today is a beautiful day for baseball. I'm right here with Jonathan, who's going to announce the lineup for today. Jonathan, are you ready?
Yes. Thanks, Mr. O'Brien. Here's today's Red Sox lineup. Leading off in right field, Mookie Betts. At second base, Dustin Pedroia. The shortstop, Xander Bogaerts. The DH, David Ortiz. At third, Travis Shaw. At first base,
Me.
In center field, Jackie Bradley Jr. In left field, Chris Young. The catcher, Christian Vasquez.
Very nice, Jonathan.
Thank you.
You too, Hanley.
That was cute.
Mookie Betts leading things off here.
Jonathan's coming after your job, OB. He didn't skip a beat when Hanley jumped in.
Sure did not. Mookie hitting .289, 14 homers, 45 runs batted in, and an 8-game hitting streak. Red Sox and Toronto 6 apiece in the season series.
You know, they talk about the ace of the staff being Stroman yesterday. I don't think so. This is the ace of their staff, Estrada. He's been lights out this year. You see the 3-2 record, but the ERA, boy, should have much better record. Only hit a .177 off of him.
Very, very tough to hit. He hasn't allowed more than 8 hits in any of his 10 starts. Though the season high of 8 came in a loss to the Red Sox here at Fenway on April 16th, 4-2. It's gone to 3-2 on Mookie. Who flares that one down the line but slices it foul. Let's go back to Jonathan and Hanley a moment ago. After he was done, a big old bear hug. Jonathan kind of disappeared in there. And up high for ball 4.
The Blue Jays defense brought to you by DraftKings. They are 6th in the American League with 31 errors in 57 games. Around the infield, third to first, Matt Dominguez at third. Barney is short. Travis at second, Encarnacion at first. In the outfield, Michael Saunders, Kevin Pillar, Jose Bautista. Behind the plate, Russell Martin catching Estrada.
So Betts aboard. Pedroia the batter. He's been red hot. A 12-game hitting streak for Dustin. And after going 1 for 3 with a double on Saturday, is now hit safely in 25 in a row against Toronto. And only Jerry Remy has a longer hitting streak against the Blue Jays at 26.
And the Red Sox are running wild this year, huh? 38 out of 43 stolen bags. I mean, that percentage is through the roof, and you see he hasn't been thrown out.
Bogarts on deck. 1-0 Toronto on the Bautista solo homer. Outside. Time now to see who's been driving the ball. Presented by Toyo Tires. Pedroia 12 in a row, hitting .392, including 6 doubles, 6 RBIs in the streak. Toyo Tires, the official tire of the Boston Red Sox.
Now you're going to steal your bases off of Russell Martin here. You try to figure out the times, but Mookie should be running. Martin has not thrown anybody out this year. He's just not getting it done.
Not running and foul back.
Now, he used to be a pretty good catch and throw guy, but this season, and it has a lot to do with your pitching staff and how well they get you the ball, but he's throwing base runners out at a percentage of 12%. That's not good. Mookie checking it out.
Estrada was very, very tough against the Red Sox in Toronto. He's not running, and that's pop foul out of play. Back in April, a 3-0 victory, and he allowed only 5 hits in 7 innings. He was really tough.
And it's that changeup. Everybody thinks just fastball changeup, but he's come up with a little cutter that's helped him with right-handed hitters. He'll throw a little curveball to left-handers occasionally, but he's really known for that changeup.
He's got tremendous arm speed on his changeup.
That's the cutter right there.
Cold hard facts brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Light. Entering each day since May 3rd, the Red Sox have had at least a share of the longest active hitting streak in the majors. So that's going on for longer than a month. Jackie Bradley 29, of course Bogarts 26, and Ortiz and Pedroia right now at 12 in a row. High pop up, twisting back toward the stands. Martin heading over there along with Dominguez, but off into the box seats.
You can't dive in the stands anymore with that screen up there. Not that he could have caught that.
You also can't give up too, because we all know how that ball will blow back towards the field of play. It was more fun when you'd see a catcher jump into the first row of the seats to try to catch one.
I saw Fisk go, you know, he's 6'4". I saw him go all the way, fully extended, and get balls.
Look at Martin climbing the wall.
The 2-2. That clangs away from Martin on ball 3, and there's Mookie into second base and stopping there. You always got to look toward third when he's on the bases on a play like that to see if he might chance it if anyone is there. And Dominguez never left the bag.
Martin just kind of didn't really hustle right away after this ball, then realized it's Mookie running, and watch him go. Shifts into gear and says, wait a minute, I better get down there. Mookie's not afraid to go for 3.
You think Martin would have made a better attempt at blocking that curveball? I mean, you know, curveball's coming down in the dirt. Come on.
You're supposed to expect it in the dirt.
3-2. And he walked him. How about this? Back-to-back walks from Estrada to start this in front of Xander Bogaerts.
We've seen a guy like Erod come out, throw nothing but fastballs, and he's already shown everything that he has. We've seen his curveball, cutter, changeup, fastball, everything. He's got 2 guys on, nobody out. This is the Red Sox. They put pressure on you from Jump Street, first inning, all year long.
Better get in your seat early.
You see the last pitch here. This is a cross-seam fastball that just moves away, up and away, out of the strike zone.
Xander hitting .350 to lead the American League, and takes a strike. He'll throw that changeup at any point.
Look at those numbers.
82 hits already.
It's a shoe-in all-star.
And you got Machado playing shortstop now. That's not fair.
Bogarts with 3 hits yesterday. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. He bunts. Estrada will fire on to third base. Got him back to first, and not in time there for the double play. But
what is that?
Mookie Betts erased on a bunt, and a very strong bunt back to the pitcher.
I mean, this. What is this? This is a bad play. This is a terrible play. Third baseman gets back over there, makes it such an easy play for Estrada. Estrada made it like he you know, like no big deal. Guy's going to bunt. I would have been surprised to begin with, but it's such a bad bunt.
Yeah, forget about the athleticism of Estrada and the fact that they got the out at third. What's your best hitter doing bunting?
Are you kidding?
Your number 3 guy. That had to be on his own. There's no way they put that play on. And that's just an ill-advised play by Bogey right there. Just not a smart baseball move.
And way too strong, too. So here's Big Papi. Runners at first and second. 1 man out. That's a head scratcher. David, 342, 16 homers, 53 runs batted in.
Hopefully Ortiz can pick him up, because that just, to me, is a brain cramp.
Even if he gets him over, it's not that good a play.
No.
You want him swinging the bat.
Absolutely.
Fouled away at a big cut. David is 3 for 14 against Estrada with 2 home runs.
Well, he spent the entire time when he came to the box talking about how good he's been and how many hits he has and everything he's done, and then he's dropping it down like he's a number 8 hitter.
Oh, yeah. Mookie did that earlier in the year, Mayor. I think it might have been Tampa somewhere, and he dropped it down on his own.
And that was the last time.
0-2, a check swing. A ball and 2 strikes on Ortiz. So Pedroia and Bogarts aboard. But now a double play can get Estrada out of this, and he was wild at the outset, walking the first 2 batters and uncorking a wild pitch. A shot to center field. Pilar backs up and makes the catch, and the runners have to go back. Pedroia had darted off the bag, hoping it was over the head of Pilar. He had to retreat, and Bogarts back to first base.
That ball was stung.
Yeah, and you know, Pilar got a bad jump on this, and that's why Petey kind of got off the base. Look at Pilar, hasn't moved yet. He's still not sure if he can catch it. If Petey had a better read on that, thinking that Pilar was going to catch it, he would have gone back to tag. Pilar's got a nice arm and everything, but he was retreating. That would be a play that he could have moved to third on. But he wasn't even sure if Pilar was going to catch it because he got such a bad jump.
He would have had Bogey right up his back if that ball goes over his head, because he was right next to him.
So Travis Shaw trying to salvage something in the inning. All of a sudden, 289 with 7 home runs, and he'll take in tight for a ball.
Boy, Estrada got away with one right there. I mean, he hit that ball square.
Shaw 2 for 4 against the right-hander. Red Sox trail 1-0, and a breaking ball in there for a strike.
There's that hook. One guy's featuring the kitchen sink on their side, and you see the curveball. He'll throw this curveball pretty much just to left-handed hitters. Not a bad curveball.
Rocketed but foul. Boy, the Sox getting some swings off him. It's another reason you wanted to see Bogarts swing the bat. I mean,
yeah,
he's fat with some of these.
Certainly has not started off as his best. Jump on him early.
1-2. The slumping Hanley Ramirez up next.
Would not be surprised to see Shaw try to go the other way now after roping one foul to right field.
Tried to hold up,
Yes, he did, he said.
Swung and missed, and that is strike 3. Boy, what a frustrating inning. The Red Sox get nothing out of that despite back-to-back walks to start the inning. end of June, Aetna will donate $500 to Boston Healthcare for the homeless for every inning completed by a Sox starting pitcher at Fenway Park. Visit NESN.com for a running tally. Just another way Aetna is helping build healthier communities. Everybody watching is thinking the same thing. Xander Bogaerts, swing the bat, baby.
I mean, I'm in shock. Aren't you? I mean, the whole ballpark should be in shock.
That happened to me one time. There was a guy on second base, and I tried to bunt for a base hit, and I didn't get it done. And McNamara met me at the top step, and he said, if you got a guy in scoring position, swing the bat. And I was a number 9 hitter.
A guy having a great year at the plate. Well, here's Saunders. He bluffs a bunt, takes a strike. He's at 295 with 9 homers and 19 runs batted in. Red Sox down 1-0 here in the second inning. First home start of 2016 for Rodriguez. Red Sox with a 3-man shift, and it's inside. Almost got him.
That's way inside. He's so far off the plate, and he still almost got him.
He's having a nice year for them after missing all last year.
Been particularly good on the road as he lays off, and that's inside.
I'll tell you what, he's hit 5 home runs against left-handed pitching.
He hangs right in there. And Erod's been trying to get in that kitchen since he stepped to the plate.
Devin Travis on deck. Skies have lightened up a bit as that's fouled away. It has never rained hard here at the ballpark. They did have the tarp on until about 2 hours ago. But everybody's ready.
Some people still wearing the tarp. Those ground crew guys, man, they don't get paid enough.
Well, they worked awfully hard to get this field ready today.
Heck, is Erod going to be able to throw fastballs all day long?
I'm telling you, he's thrown 2 changeups to this point. That's it, all gas. Shaken to something.
The 23-year-old with a 2-2. And inside for ball 3.
Boy, is he trying to establish inside or what?
I know. He does have good movement on that pitch, though. He's got good run on it today. Watch this ball run literally off the plate.
I mean, I love that pitch, the movement, but how about a little slider? Twist your wrist right here and see what happens, you know? But maybe not 3-2, but back in there again.
You know, sometimes we see guys go out there and they get in trouble because they won't establish a pitch. Generally, pitchers will love to establish their fastball. He's certainly doing it, isn't he?
You don't see that many fastballs from him, David Price, at all.
The 3-2 again. And a fly down the line. That's going to sink off into the stands. So Saunders putting up a pretty good battle here.
You know, you wonder, all these guys get so much information now. Yep. Some guys don't need too much information. A young pitcher, to me, you don't want to fill his head up much. I mean,
if you're the hitters for Toronto too, you're only in the second inning here, but aren't you going to the plate saying, I know what I'm seeing. All we've seen is fastballs out of the guy.
Well, you know,
he's thrown 30 pitches.
Wait to bring it out the 3rd time around. I mean, come on, you may not be there.
High fly left field. Young, they're on the track to make the play right in front of the line score for the out. So finally put him away. Tuesday, June 14th is Jason Varitek bobblehead night at Fenway. The first 15,000 in attendance receive a Varitek bobblehead courtesy of Granite City Electric. For tickets and more information, visit redsox.com/promos or call 877-RED SOX 9. Devin Travis now .235 hitter. He has homered in the series. Got him at second base, and he'll take outside ball 1. Red Sox heading for San Francisco and a 2-game series. They will not miss Madison Bumgarner. He will pitch on Wednesday against David Price.
Forget about him pitching. How about his hitting? Hit another home run his last start.
He's got about 15 in his career.
Yeah, that makes me look really bad.
He's got Kershaw twice. He took Kershaw twice.
Yeah, and he talks it too, from all accounts. Really talks like a hitter.
Yeah.
He thinks like a hitter.
He loves it.
He thinks he's a hitter. 1-1 foul away.
That's all right if you can back it up.
I'll tell you what, I'd like to pitch in that ballpark. There's a nice ballpark to pitch in, huh?
Big yard.
Oh, big yard. Triples Alley.
It's a gorgeous park. Rick Porcello goes on Tuesday in game 1, 1-2. And fought off foul again. Not many swings and misses out of Rodriguez so far, despite all the fastballs. Pilar on deck.
That's why they invented changeups and sliders and curveballs, because those are the pitches that you generally swing and miss at.
2-2. Red Sox will only be in San Francisco for a couple of games, and then it'll be on to Minnesota to face the woeful Twins, who are 16-39. In on the hands and popped him up. And his Bogart's on the dirt. 2 down. Time now for a look at the road ahead, presented by People's United Bank. And as we just mentioned, San Francisco and Minnesota to come. And then the Red Sox with a very long homestand and a tough one, too. Baltimore, Seattle, and the White Sox. Although Eck doesn't think that the White Sox are going to be in it.
You'll never forget that, right? Until we see them.
Well, they're now in 3rd place. Well, now they have James Shields. We'll see if that helps.
Yes, I still don't think so. We'll see when they get here what standings are.
What was Shields, like 2-7?
Yeah, and he's a bridge master too. He can give it up.
That's a horrible club.
Yeah.
2-7 on a really bad team.
Yeah.
But he can give up some bombs. In San Diego last year, he gave up a ton of home runs.
Pilar pops that one up. Pedroia with a play. Says he has it. And down they go 1-2-3. So a better inning there for Erod as he gets him in order. 1-0 Toronto. Sox moment honoring the 86 Sox in their 57th game. The Red Sox would beat Toronto 4-3. And taking on the Blue Jays again here today, finishing up the series 1-0 Toronto. And the great Bobby Orr is in the house.
What's it take for him to come to the house? Toronto's here, Canada, right?
There you go.
You see Bobby every once in a while, of course, opening days quite often, ring ceremonies.
What a fantastic guy he is.
You're lucky to have met him.
Absolutely. It's clearly a man before his time in the game of hockey, too.
I didn't know you were such a hockey fan. I had no idea.
Great scoring defenseman.
Hanley Ramirez leading off here, and Jackie Bradley and Chris Young. Toronto with a 1-0 lead on the Bautista leadoff homer. The Red Sox did not take advantage of back-to-back walks in the first inning to Betts and Pedroia.
You don't want to have to go back and look at that if they don't do well in this game, but what a way to start this game.
The 2-0, and he zips it in there for a strike. When you watch Hanley swing the bat right now, what's going on with him? He's hitless in the series. He's been in a slump.
Well, you know, I'm having a tough time finding anything wrong with him. He swings hard like that, generally comes up empty when he does that, and then sometimes he'll get himself into defensive counts, and then he'll put the ball in play. So his last 12 hits have been singles. You see that ball gets in on him a little bit. He tied himself up. But I've had a difficult time really finding anything different right now than what he was doing last year before he got hurt.
He is 4 for 13 against Estrada and won't chase there.
I mean, sometimes you get up there too, and pitchers make pitches on you. I mean,
yep. You know, he was funny. I was talking to him earlier today, and we were just saying, "Hey, go out and have a good game." He goes, "Hey, I keep trying. I'll go out there every day."
There's a good pitch to hit.
Fouled it off. That's kind of hitting right there. Is when you're feeling good, you crush this ball. When you're struggling a little bit, maybe not seeing everything quite right, look at that. You foul it off. But he had a funny line. He said, "Hey, if I was hot all year, I'd hit 700. This game, you go up and down and up and down."
He has been getting on base on occasion. In fact, in 19 of his last 21 games, at least he's reached base. 3-2 down low, and he's on again, and that's 3 walks already. And this is the kind of guy who doesn't give up many hits, so you'd better take advantage if he's walking people.
Yeah,
absolutely. This early in the game.
And OB, you know what I'll take out of Hanley Ramirez this year? His Gold Glove caliber first base, his excellent attitude that we didn't see last year, and generally being a fun, good teammate. And I think we all believe that the hitting will kind of be there at the end of the year.
You dropped a Golden Glove on him, man.
He's made one error. He's played a Gold Glove first base.
We're giving out awards, man.
He actually hasn't made any errors. He's not been charged with an error.
That's right. They scored that a hit, didn't they? They never changed that.
But I would not have gone down that road either that you just did. I mean,
come on.
He's played really well over there, and certainly as a new first baseman. But you're saying Gold Glove first base?
Yeah, dropped it on him.
Name me someone out there better than him right now. I mean, we can go with the old reputation guys. Teixeira.
He can't stand
out in the lineup.
Dominguez near the mound will put that away.
The guy has done everything they've asked him. He's made tremendous picks over there. Our biggest worry was that he'd make the other infielders look bad. He's not done that at all.
That's true. That's absolutely all true.
He's made them all better. That's what a Gold Glove first baseman does.
There's a guy in Kansas City.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, pretty darn good.
Won Gold Glove after Gold Glove, and he's going to win it again.
He's got some competition this year.
Talking about Hosmer.
He's good.
He's
pretty good over there.
284, 3 homers, and 9 runs batted in. Tell you what, I want to be on your list if you're giving out awards, baby.
Oh, you're on the list.
We can all get on it. We can all get on the list. You have to respect what Hanley has done.
I'm thrilled. I mean, you got to be thrilled at what he did.
That's more so what I'm saying. I mean, he has played very, very well over there, and nobody expected it.
They expected quite the opposite. He's made a lot of people look bad. Popped up foul ground, Encarnacion.
Get back, Hanley.
Getting back into the bag as the catch is made, and there are 2 down. And Christian Vasquez, who was the last catcher available when the day ended yesterday, that got a little dangerous, will swing here.
Watch Ramirez just stand there and watch. You know, the problem with this is someone can sneak in behind you. Now he says, "Oh, I better get back to first base," and he gets back there.
You got Ramirez in they pushed him down in the lineup. As you've seen, he's hitting 6th. And that's for a good reason. I think they've watched what's been going on. They got to get somebody behind Ortiz that swinging the bat a little better, because they had it lined up where it's left, right. But today they just went left, and fourth and fifth. You know.
Yeah, you do need someone with a little more pop lately to hit behind Ortiz. How did they not walk Ortiz yesterday?
Oh, I can't believe it.
The 1-0 up high, and he burned them with a 2-run single with first base open.
Yeah. And all due respect, with Hanley hitting behind him, who's just not been getting it done.
And then Hanley grounded to a double play right after he got the base hit.
So it's a good move. It was time to make that little switch. It might get both of those guys going. Hanley may swing it a little better, drop down.
The 2-0 pitch from Estrada, and fouled back out of play. I was always of the opinion, if you don't mind walking a guy, then walk him. And I don't mean the pitcher deciding to try and pitch around and fool him a little bit or whatever, getting to chase. Just put up 4.
Yeah, I don't like that pitch around stuff. Never did. The pressure obviously is on the pitcher when the bases are loaded. If you do something like that,
sure,
it's right on the pitcher. But hey, it's Ortiz. The guy's having an MVP year. Regardless, it's Ortiz.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
I'd say more pressure on you to face David Ortiz with 2 men in scoring position than right now the base is loaded and Hanley Ramirez.
Absolutely right.
Absolutely. But Gibbons is trying to give confidence to his pitcher more than anything else. I was surprised he's in the game that long.
Talking about Marcus Stroman. Ground ball to short. And in time to get the runner at second base. So Estrada has walked 3 men, and the Red Sox have yet to make him pay. 1-0 Toronto.
Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center. Today was the 14th annual induction of the Red Sox Scholars. Tell us more about the program.
It is the 14th annual year, and Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center is so proud to be associated with this program. We've got 12 really outstanding kids that are in 7th grade and will get scholarships to college to $10,000, and it's really a great program.
Well, in addition to the scholarship element, what else is involved?
Yeah, they are mentored throughout their junior high and high school experience. We provide medical mentorship at the hospital. It's a great program.
Why is it so important for Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center to be involved?
You know, our employees are incredibly proud to be associated with it. I would say that we get back as much as we give, and it's really a special program. These are very special kids. We'd love to see them get involved in healthcare later on down in life.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Garen.
OB will pass back to you.
Garen, thank you very much. And Matt Dominguez will lead things off here in the 3rd inning. 1-0 Toronto.
Tell Garen to make sure she grabs a lobster roll up there in the booth, man. Those are excellent.
Yeah, did happen to see those.
Yes.
We did miss lunch.
Thank you. Nice job. Great.
So it's Dominguez, Barney, and Bautista who ripped the home run in the 1st inning. Rodriguez got him 1, 2, 3 in the 2nd. And he got them in order after Bautista had homered, so he set down 6 in a row. DraftKings is the official one-day fantasy baseball partner of the Red Sox. Experience the thrill of playing on DraftKings now. Play free daily using the promo code NESSON at DraftKings.com. One, two. Well hit toward the alley on the run. Betts, and Mookie is going to make that play for the first out here in the 3rd inning.
Well, he's learning some instincts out there. Love the way he just turned and ran to a spot, took his eye off that ball to run to go get it. Had a good idea where it was going to come down, then turned around and grabbed it. You can always run much faster as an outfielder if you turn your back and go to where you think it's going to land rather than watching it over your shoulder the whole time.
Darwin Barney hitting .320, but batting in the 9th spot with a couple of home runs, 8 runs batted in. Outstanding defender, really at any position they play him at. Second base, shortstop, or third. And the 1-0 high fly ball, that one deep to left field, way up there, and that ball is gone. Home run by Barney. The second home run of the day off Erod, and 2-0 Toronto.
What is this Barney? What has he been eating? I'll tell you what, this guy has been swinging the bat so well, especially against the Red Sox. My first view of this was the ball was down. I mean, this isn't all that bad a pitch. You're seeing a fastball. It's not his best. Cross-seam fastball down. And look at him lift this ball out of the ballpark.
Just golfed it.
This guy is not a home run hitter.
That's number 3.
He's usually an oppo hitter too. Loves to go the other way, but that ball was just kind of speeded him up.
Fly to shallow right field by Bautista, who homered in the 1st inning. 2 down. Get a side view of that swing.
Has great balance here, and that's just nice right there. Just out in front a hair because that was down and in on him, so he just speeded up the bat head through the hitting zone and hit it flush.
Wow.
Hey, those Oregon State guys, they can hit, man.
You know every Oregon State guy.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
alive.
there are many of us.
I guess. I didn't realize they were to begin with. I guess I start paying attention.
Hey.
I knew Ellsbury was, right?
Yeah, that's a good program.
That's a
they
good one.
Win the national title 06 and 07. Barney was a part of those teams.
All right, we have reached our limit
That's
on
about
Oregon
it.
State right there. Thank you very much. Home runs have been a real problem for this Red Sox staff. And they've allowed 2 here this afternoon. Donaldson certainly capable. He has 13, 0 for 1 today with a ground to 3rd.
Tell me when you see a slider, Steve.
Not yet. Saw a changeup in this inning. That's it. I mean, all due respect, it's 2-0, both on home runs. He's actually pitched pretty well for a guy who's only throwing basically 1 pitch.
No swings and misses.
And does not have a strikeout. The 2-1. Now 3 balls and 1 strike.
These were the kind of weird outings that he'd have last year.
Yep.
He'd go through an entire outing and not throw his slider. And I got to tell you, I think he has a good slider.
I don't know about that, but
good enough to show.
Yeah, you got to throw it.
And he walked him. Came back with number 1 again. First free pass that he has issued. Planning a vacation? Get a Go City card and save up for 50% on top attractions, tours, and more. With a Go City card, you pay 1 low price and nothing at the gate. See the savings at GoCityCard.com. Blue Jays in the lead here, 2-0. Encarnacion, the batter, 0 for 1 with a fly to center. Red Sox always line up in that shift against him. Pedroia pulled over to the left side of second base.
You let this guy get extended, you're in trouble here.
Fouled off, 1-1.
Back-to-back changeups. At some point, you got to throw something hard inside.
Back him off.
Three-finger changeup. Good spot. Moving away.
One pitch. He did come inside.
There it is. There it is. That's the first one I've seen. It's either a cutter or a slider. Maybe it's a changeup because he could throw. I think it's a slider. That's a slider. It's the first one we've seen, and Good pitch. Get him off the plate.
Donaldson on, and that is outside for a ball.
Took him 54 pitches to throw a breaking ball, and here's the pitch we were talking about before, the changeup where he gets Encarnacion just out front. See him lost his balance there, had to go out and reach for that ball. Even he's saying, hey, I got to stay back.
3-1. Time to party.
Oh. And he does. He smokes this one. Head of the monster season gone. That's a 2-run homer.
Oh. There's the flap again. There's the flap again. I'll tell you what, 3-1 looking fastball. You get it to this guy?
Not to a hitter like that.
See ya.
You know, at some point, you know, I know you wanted to pitch your own game. I think he does too. But at what point does Vasquez say, no, I'm putting 3 fingers down and you're throwing that pitch?
The 3rd home run of the ball game already for Toronto, and they lead it 4-0. And brings up Russell Martin.
You know, this is only his 2nd time out. I think he pitched pitched well last time out, got away with a few pitches. Home run that was caught by Chris Young, stole the home run from Machado.
Yep.
Well, that wouldn't have been as impressive of an outing.
No, you're right. And he's going to 3-ball counts quite a lot here. He's already done it 5 times. He's only walked 1 man, but Donaldson was on when Encarnacion hit that bullet out. And now it's 2-0 and fouled back by Martin, who is 2 for 4 against him in his career.
I mean, it's pretty hard to go out there in the big leagues and throw 2 pitches. It just is.
And predominantly 1 pitch.
Right.
And it's also what I would say too, it's kind of hard to be a guy who's thrown mostly fastballs all day today and he's going to throw more than 60 pitches through 3 innings.
Mostly fastballs against
throw strikes
against Toronto too. That's a lineup that feasts on that. Swing and a miss by Martin, 2-2.
That's the only pitch he's going to get a swing and miss on is his changeup.
There's a Russell Martin fan.
There's a lot of fans from Toronto here.
Yeah, they have been.
Great trip down for him on the weekend.
2-2 is inside and just missed, but another 3-ball count.
He could have used that, but it was inside. I would have wanted it.
This has been a struggle for the left-hander. Saunders on deck. 4-0 Blue Jays. Game started with a home run by Bautista, and he walked him. And this is getting ugly, and here comes Willis. No activity yet in the Sox pen.
It's like one of those starts where they tell you in spring training, just go out and throw fastballs. This is the season.
Just get ready.
Yeah, wait a minute.
I'll bring up Saunders, who's certainly a home run threat. Don't miss WB Mason Extra Innings Live right after the game. TC and Jim Rice will break it down. You'll hear from Erod and from John Farrell. Whatever, whenever, wherever, who but WB Mason? Heath Hembree, just recalled amidst a slew of Red Sox moves, is now warming in the bullpen. Yesterday, the Red Sox lost Swihart and Hannigan to the disabled list. Noe Ramirez was sent back out to the minor leagues, and Hembree recalled. Here's Saunders now, 0 for 1 with a fly to left field. Runner at first base, 2 out. In the inning, 3 runs in. Eduardo Rodriguez pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket. Not many strikes.
50-50 really too. You know, it's not pretty so far.
Falling behind virtually everybody.
He looks like he's laboring, to be honest with you. Just
interesting alignment defensively with a shift on in the infield, but the outfield literally playing him to hit the other way. You have a big gap out there in right center field with Jackie Bradley shading went into left.
Hammered foul.
I'll tell you, the ball attendants have been making some fantastic
last night
plays.
made a nice play. Fastball in.
The 1-1 and a high fly in left center field. Jackie Bradley there. And finally, that inning is over. Rodriguez gives up 2 home runs. The Red Sox have surrendered 12 home runs in the last 4 games. Wow. American League leaders in fewest hits per 9 innings pitched. Estrada right at the very top, just 5.67 hits per 9. Rich Hill also on that list, having a great year with the Oakland A's. The big curveball.
Rocket arms.
Yeah.
Wait a
big
minute.
curveball.
Yeah, not a lot of guys on that list necessarily throwing 100.
This guy in particular, Estrada, 88 I've seen today. That's about his max.
Well, Estrada's all about that fastball command. As you talked about, he picked up the cutter, got the great arm action on the change. He's a complete pitcher. He doesn't really have to rely on blowing you away.
Last half of the 3rd inning, and Mookie Betts will try and lead a comeback here. Red Sox are down 4-0. He walked to start the game. On the Red Sox side, Pedroia walked right after him, and the Red Sox were building something in the 1st inning against Estrada. Popped up on the infield. Dominguez in front of the bag. And Mookie is 0 for 1. He does have an 8-game hitting streak.
I can't help but not want to go back to that 1st inning again. I just can't.
You're talking about Bogaerts.
Yes, it's just, I don't get it.
The word for that is inexplicable.
Yes.
Bunting.
There it is.
2-1.
On a team that scores 1,000,000 runs in the 1st inning by swinging the bats.
My guess is, as Pedroia gets in, he walked in the 1st inning. He's going to say later, I was trying to surprise him. The last thing in the world they were thinking was that I was going to drop down a bunt. I guess.
Yep.
He'd love a do-over there.
Well, sometimes we forget he's still just 23 years old. He has been around for a while, and you would think that he wouldn't be thinking that way, just given the way he's swinging the bat.
Yesterday was his 10th 3-hit game. That's #1 in the majors.
But you know his mentality, though. I've heard him talk. You know, he thinks he doesn't talk like a #3 hitter.
Yeah.
He says, I'm going to get on base for them to knock me in. Did you hear him say that, right?
Always.
Ortiz and Hanley knocked me in.
Routine ground ball to Travis. 2 fast outs here in the 3rd inning. The scary thing about Estrada, and it's not the fastball, as you guys have pointed out, he's 88 miles an hour. He can get into that run with ground balls, and he can retire 15, 16 in a row.
Well, I know as a starting pitcher, man, you give me 4 runs to work with, and I'm not afraid to give up a bomb. Are you kidding me?
Xander's 2nd trip. David Ortiz on deck. Red Sox down 4-0 in the 3rd. And he pops that one up. Encarnacion with no play. It's inside the dugout. Martin over there as well. Let's bring in Garen.
Hey, thanks, OB. Yesterday when I was talking with Xander Bogaerts about his streak ending, he told me that he was glad it was over and he was relieved because he actually wanted to start bunting more.
Huh. Wow. Well, yeah, I remember you talking about that yesterday, Garen, and I wish you had told us when he was going to bunt.
You know, I mean, just in that situation, that's the play of a guy who's not that confident that he's going to get a hit. But this guy has been so on fire. It's not the type of play or the time for it. You want to bump for a base hit? Do it now.
0-2. There's that fine changeup again.
This is on the first pitch he saw. Not going to double him up, but that was just, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to get on bogey. This guy, one of the best players in the game right now, but that just wasn't good.
He's having beyond an outstanding year, leading the American League in hitting, #1 in hits, 8th in total bases, 26-game hitting streak, which is now finished. 1-2, popped him up sky high and foul ground, and Dominguez will make that play, and the Red Sox go very quietly here in the 3rd inning after 3-4-0 Toronto. On with Irving Oil's $5 million giveaway with 3 ways to play. You could drive away with a Ford Escape, $5,000 in cash, with a grand prize of $100,000. Get your game ticket right now at Irving Oil. Do that today. Rodriguez back to work, trying to figure a few things out. He allowed 2 home runs and 3 runs total last inning. Gave up a solo home run in the 1st inning. It is 4-0 Toronto. He gets Travis, Pilar, and Dominguez. Trying not to fall behind, which he's been doing regularly here in the early going. The Yankees and the Orioles are into the 3rd inning as that one is up the middle. Pedroia with a scoop off balance, getting him at first base. What a play. Tremendous effort. That's a Gold Glove play by Pedroia.
I mean, and Pedroia doesn't have a rocket arm, but he sizes this thing up, and he's going to get something on this. You've got to get something on this to get it all the way over there and to beat out Travis, and that's just a nice play. But you become, you know, this is normal. You know, we're used to this. This is what Pedroia does, but this is a very nice play.
People trying to say with his advanced age that he's losing range. Watch that play.
One man out for Pilar, who's 0 for 1. Skies that one into center field. Bradley with an easy play. 1 pitch and 2 down.
He needs a quick inning, boy.
Red Sox in the last of the 4th inning would have due up Ortiz, Shaw, and Ramirez. And now Dominguez was 0 for 1 with a fly out to right field.
I mean, you go up there looking fastball, you're going to get it. So let's go.
Don't fall asleep on this guy either. Just has no numbers right now. But this is a guy who had a little pop when he came up the Houston Astros.
He was always a good defensive player. I heard about him when he first came up, but he never swung the bat. He had some power.
And his job today is to just look to jump the yard. What the heck? Catch the ball down at third and swing for the trees. Why not?
Have you seen a swing and miss today? I mean, I'm not really totally paying
on the
changeup, right?
There haven't been many, period.
No.
He's up to 73 pitches with this one.
There you go.
And foul tip.
Might have nicked it.
Maybe you just need to ask for one there.
Right. We got to go with. We need to swing and miss. Let's go. 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Foul tip.
That's kind of my point before. That's why they invented those other pitches. Those are the ones that trick you. Most guys that swing at a fastball, unless you're just getting blown away by it, you're going to get your bat on it.
2-1, little topper. Rodriguez will flip it and get him to retire the side. So he has a 1-2-3. Also had one in the second inning, but he's trailing 4-0 in the 4th. Esurance MLB All-Star Game ballot is here. Head to redsox.com to choose yours. Hashtag ASG-worthy stars and send them to the All-Star Game presented by MasterCard July 12th in San Diego. Be sure to vote at redsox.com/vote. I know the governor has voted, and probably more than once. Michael Dukakis, former Massachusetts governor, who was a huge Red Sox fan his entire life.
And Kitty.
Yes, and watching the game here from a great seat. And maybe going for some lemonade.
Did he buy the whole crate of lemonade?
That's what I was thinking. It's like
he's got them all.
It's a good seat, all right.
Yeah, right behind that dugout. He's incredibly knowledgeable about the history of the Red Sox. Big Papi in. He ripped a line drive that was caught by Pilar in the first inning, center fielder, so he's 0 for 1.
It's a different game. That ball gets over the head of Pilar in the first inning.
Yeah, with a couple of men on. David does have 1 home run against him as he fouls that one back.
He had a 3-run bomb off of him last year in the game against Eduardo Rodriguez, the game he gave up 9 runs. It was the same matchup between him and Estrada. David made it a 9-5 game. I don't know why I remember this stuff, but I do.
It concerns me.
I know, doesn't it?
Big swing and a miss, and down he goes, strike 3.
Well, Echoes, like you said, hey, he had that big lead. He figured he could challenge anybody. Who cares? I give up a 3-run bomb. No big deal.
Right. Then
Still got a huge lead.
Then he throws that tired cheese right by him right there, right? 88 up top. See you later. This is Ortiz, for goodness sake. Look at this.
He's a fly ball pitcher. He lives upstairs with that 88 stuff and gets away with it.
Cross seam salad, swing and a miss.
Travis Shaw 0 for 1. He whiffed his first time up, and he looks at a strike.
You know, guys, what really scares you when you look at the way these guys swing the bats when you're talking about the Blue Jays, their pitching staff has really come on.
The guy I like is that Aaron Sanchez.
Yeah.
That big kid, he is nasty.
He's going to be really good.
They lead Major League Baseball in innings pitched out of their starters, so every guy's going deeper.
There's a shot.
There we go.
High and deep toward the triangle. Pilar trying to run it down, and he is a fine center fielder. All the way back to the stop and shop sign.
I mean, 4-0 lead for Estrada, and he just lets him hit it as far as you can hit it. You can't hit it much farther in this ballpark without hitting it out of here. Just pick the wrong spot. At the garage door out there, Pilar could go and get him. He makes it look pretty easy.
When you look at some of the best center fielders in the game of baseball today, go to the American League East. Kiermaier, Pilar, Bradley, even Adam Jones still on the list.
Yep, he won 3 Gold Gloves. Ripped foul by Hanley, who took a walk in the second inning.
You don't even think about Adam Jones anymore. That being out with all the other guys. This guy in particular. Jackie's just, everybody raves about him. You said he's the best center fielder you've ever seen in your life.
He's the best I've seen. When you put it all together.
What you've seen.
I've been around 40 years.
How about Willie Mays? You never saw him.
Not much.
Fly to right field. Bautista will close on this one near the line to make the catch, and that'll do it. I thought Andrew Jones was pretty good.
Oh, yes.
He could go and get it. Red Sox go fast here. All new episode of NESN Clubhouse will catch the encore presentation today following the Red Sox game. NESN Clubhouse presented by Delta Dental of Massachusetts. Red Sox trailing here 4-0 as we go to the 5th. Eduardo Rodriguez back out there. He has allowed 3 home runs. Bautista, Encarnacion, and Barney have all homered off him. And all up into the monster seats. In Bautista's case, on the shelf right in front of the monster seats, but gone. Red Sox did not challenge that. Would actually be a crew chief challenge under those circumstances. None forthcoming.
You have that challenge system down, man. That's dedication and homework right there.
We have all looked at it over and over and over again.
Sometimes it's so hard to remember what's challengeable, what isn't, why do you do it.
Yep.
That was a huge play yesterday at the plate that the Red Sox won the challenge.
Barney with a home run his first time up, so he's 1 for 1. I really didn't have a lot of faith that that was going to go the Red Sox way.
Neither did I. I thought that was inconclusive, but his toe must have hit, like you said, that point of the plate.
I think they got the call right on review. I think he did get in, talking about Blake Swihart, but I didn't have a lot of faith that they were going to get to it. I would still love to hear the umpires wear microphones.
Let us know.
At least the crew chief. Let us know exactly what they were talking about, what they decided, why.
Couldn't believe they overturned it. If his toe actually touched the plate, there's no question he was safe. But my question is, did the toe touch the plate? Did it slide right over the top without actually touching the plate?
I didn't think it was conclusive. I just didn't.
And the funny thing about the way the game's played, all the other bases are raised. So if you slid into second base, your toe would definitely hit second base, but it might not hit home plate because it's stuck in the ground.
Right.
Bautista on deck. Here's the 3-2, and he walks him. A lot of 3-ball counts today from Eduardo. Slow it down as much as we can here from yesterday.
You know, you see where he caught the ball behind the plate to begin with, right? You see him tag, and obviously his right, he tagged him before his hand went in. That's for sure. It's the toe, the front foot.
In the old days, Russell Martin would have tackled Swihart at the plate. He has to catch it behind the plate because he can't block the plate without the ball.
I know.
Then he's got to reach out and tag someone. He would have crunched. He would have put a knee down. He would have thrown his shoulder out there.
Yeah, but there was a hop. Remember, there's a short hop. I mean, he's trying to get it on one hop. That's what I thought more than anything.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of those changes.
I know, and I know what you're saying about the old days and the rules that are changing, designed to protect players. Both the slide rule at second base and the blocking rule at home plate. Those are designed after massive injuries occurred to major league players.
Yeah, but it was down through time. It's always been the same. Just because Buster Posey gets hurt, we got to start changing all the rules because one of your superstars, he's back and playing well. You know, every guy that plays those positions, they sign up for that. Petey wants a guy coming in on him at second base. He wants it. He loves it. He knows he's got the ball to take care of himself with. The catchers love the fact that they can block the plate and that you might come and get them.
I don't want anybody coming at me.
That's because you're standing out there on that little bump in the middle of the field, away from everybody. Nobody can get you.
You got it.
Safer.
Yes. Those line drives coming back at you aren't pretty.
Yeah. Bautista is homered and flied to right. 4-0 Toronto here in the 5th. In play to Xander Bogaerts. So go short to second, on to first, and a double play. 6-4-3. Stay tuned after the third out of this half inning for the mid-5th studio show presented by GMC.
OB, you remember in yesterday's game there was a double play ball where Petey did kind of get taken out right at the back. Legal slide and everything, and he got taken out. I swear to you, he was running off the field saying, wow, that felt good. It's been a long time. I think it's the first one I've seen all year.
With him, I buy it, yeah.
He can't even get close to him right now. He's already sliding, nothing, throw it in, no big deal. Petey doesn't like that. He wants a little bit.
How about the other night with Machado taking out Bogaerts, right? I mean, he slid a little late, past the bag,
and they didn't call it.
And they didn't call it. Because they think it didn't have anything to do with him attempting to make a double play, right? I mean, so it's all judgment.
Donaldson here, he's grounded out to third, walked and scored. Hitting .252 with 13 home runs, and he hits a foul to make the count 0-2. And again, Rodriguez has not had a whole lot of swings and misses. He does not have a strikeout yet. He has walked 3 men and allowed 3 home runs.
Finally threw a slider there down and in that he roped down the line.
The 0-2. Right to Shaw. And in the end, Rodriguez only faces 3 Blue Jays here in the 5th inning. 4-0 Toronto. Red Sox are scrapping for their first hit against Marco Estrada. And again, he allows fewer hits per 9 than anybody. Less than 6 per game. He has shut the Sox out right now to this point. And the first pitch will be in there for a strike on Jackie Bradley, who is 0 for 1 with a pop to third. Estrada just beat the Yankees in back-to-back starts, going 7 and then 8 innings.
Oh, that thing just absolutely stopped halfway to home plate.
That changeup at 77. And the 0-2.
There he
goes.
Looked like he put him away, and he did.
Upstairs all day long with 88.
That was an absolute clinic. Paint 88 on the corner down. Changeup that stopped halfway to the plate. High cheese, if you want to call it that. See you later, huh? Clinic piece.
Jackie could not check his swing for strike 3.
It's just hard to not to not swing at that after you've seen what you just saw. You got to get. You think it's a fastball and it's just right in your eyeballs.
Brings up Chris Young. He's 0 for 1. He popped to first base.
Talking to a few of the guys before the game, I said he seems to be up with everything, and they were laughing at me. They're like, yeah, he's a fly ball pitcher. He's up with everything. He gets people to miss, and he throws 88. It's impossible to do what you can't tell a pitcher to do what he does. They'd be scared.
And time is asked for and granted to Young, with Blake Swihart on the DL and Brock Holt recovering from his concussion. Young is going to play a lot of left field. Rusney Castillo is also back up, but they're both right-handed hitters, and Young's the far more experienced with more power.
They don't seem to have a whole lot of confidence in Castillo at all.
Into left center field on the move, Pilar. An easy play by his standards, and there are 2 down. For every Red Sox hit in June, EchoStore Technologies donates $50 to the Sean Thornton Foundation. EchoStore Technologies is your data center solutions provider. So Vasquez will try and break this up. The Red Sox don't have a hit. He's 0 for 1. He hit into a 6-4 fielder's choice first time up, and he's 0 for his last 10.
If I recall, last year Estrada pitched that elimination game against I believe it was Texas when they were down 2-0. I mean, he came up big for them in the postseason. And what he's done this year, I mean, the league is hitting 170. I mean, come on, Steve, that is like serious.
With 88.
Right.
It's that changeup. I mean, he has great command with his fastball. He can go in and out, up and down.
That ball looks like it's just right by him. I mean, I never hit, but the thought of a changeup in your brain just makes you the second you just think about changeup, you can't catch up.
Trying to make it a 1-2-3 fifth. Cut on and miss. Down he goes. Strike 3.
Wow.
Right now he is sailing, and he has set down 12 in a row. Ultimate Red Sox Show presented by AAA. See the entirety of Jerry Remy's sit down with Hanley Ramirez, and also hear from John Farrell on the state of the team. That's tonight at 6 only on NESN. Toronto batting here in the 6th inning against Eduardo Rodriguez, whose afternoon began by allowing a home run to the leadoff man, Jose Bautista. And that man is tossing a no-hitter against the Red Sox through 5 innings. It's not the first time he has dazzled the Sox this season. Encarnacion has a 2-run homer of his own. He's also flied to center. 12 home runs, and 4 of them have come against lefties, including one against David Price.
Oh, how about that swing? He started him off with a curveball, which we never see on the first pitch. Came back with a fastball, and then you see that little changeup, a hard changeup, 88, but funny swing. Fastball up. He'll swing through this thing, maybe.
There's Pedroia on the left side of second base to get him. And Encarnacion now 1 for 3. Think Energy, powering Fenway, and the smart choice to power your home. Visit thinkenergy.com and enroll today. And Rodriguez is up to 90 pitches. Nobody loosening in the bullpen just yet. He's only given up 3 hits. That's the good news. The bad news is they've all been over the monster, into the monster seats, or right on the ledge. That'll be ball 1. Martinez grounded out to third and taken ball 4.
Do you almost feel bad for a guy like Russell Martin having one of his worst seasons, hitting under 200, just 3 home runs, 14 RBIs? You think he gets sucked into what he sees every day from the rest of this offense? He sees Donaldson jump in the yard. He sees Bautista, Encarnacion, Smoke, all these guys just hitting bullets all over the place. And he starts trying.
Well, he hit 23 last year, right? He joined the party last year.
On the corner, barely. 2-1.
It's like when you're the last guy in a foursome of big hitters off the tee, and you know you don't, and you try even harder, you just shank it into the woods somewhere.
That's pumped in for a strike. 94-mile-an-hour fastball.
And then you're hitting 4th. You know, right? You're hitting 4th today. What are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
Hit base hits? Come on. Trying to leave.
Has been moved up into the cleanup role today. Saunders on deck. And the 2-2 from Rodriguez. And another 3-2 count.
So this is the situation where all of your weapons get taken away from you. He's got pretty much got to throw a fastball now. 3-2 count again.
8 times he's gone to a 3-ball count today. Martin, as we have found out, has not lost his ability to hit the fastball. Got one of a 99 from Kimbrel last night.
Base hit, right? And
ripped it into left center. Kimbrel hit 100 several times. Here's the 3-2.
Oh.
And another drive high and deep to left field, heading up there, and that ball's gone as well.
You're just sitting on a fastball. 3-2. You're going to get it.
94 on the way in. I think harder on the way out, and that makes it 5-0. That's a career high. 4 home runs allowed by Rodriguez.
Well, it's hard to give up a home run on any other pitch, because when you throw 90% fastballs, good chance a few of them might leave the yard. Everybody's sitting.
He got a 3-2 fastball on the pitch before, fouled it straight back. Watch this one. This is one he swings straight back. Mad at himself for missing that one, but he's like, it's okay. I know exactly what I'm going to see on the next 3-2 pitch.
It's pretty straight, too.
These guys aren't going to miss those all day long.
You're talking about him at the tee box with a bunch of long ball hitters, and then he goes bridge. It's like,
well,
you're jinxing us over there.
It's getting easier, man, when you know what's coming.
Hembree getting loose. 5-0 Toronto. That one into center field on the line, and Jackie Bradley will make the play, but another one hits stiff He's not fooling anybody right now. Well, the first Paw Sox broadcast of the season is tomorrow night on NESN. Join us at 7 when the Paw Sox start a 4-game homestand against Toledo. And John Farrell is out. A rough day for Rodriguez. It started with a home run, and Martin hits the 4th home run of the day against him in the 6th. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Kia. We'll be back at Fenway in just a moment. Baseball on NESN is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Transparency, low fares, and nothing to hide. Pretty quick day for Eduardo Rodriguez in his second start off the disabled list. Just 5 2/3. He allows 4 home runs in a game, and the Red Sox have now allowed 13 in the last 4 games. Heath Hembree has just been recalled from the Paw Sox as of today, his second major league stint. Coming in 2-0 with .214 earned run average. To face Devin Travis, the number 6 hitter. With 2 down, Russell Martin is homered in this inning. Darwin Barney, Edwin Encarnacion, and Jose Bautista have all homered for Toronto.
It's actually a pretty strange line score when you only give up 4 hits, but they all left the yard.
You concerned about Erod at all?
Absolutely. I mean, what we saw from him is basically throwing 90% fastballs. You can't live in this league doing that.
I think you've got to be concerned about this pitching staff, which right now has the number 12 ERA in the American League with a 4.37 earned run average. That was before today.
And going up.
You know, I think that because it's Erod, everybody was expecting him out of spring training to be their number 2 guy. And then you had to wait a couple months, and we did, and we got an outing from him last time, which was okay. And then you see this, and then 4 hits. I mean, how can you get on him? The no punch outs is glaring.
I thought those expectations were a little hefty for him to be carrying around coming out of spring training as number 2. He was a kid that came up and threw very well for the second half of the season last year, but went through some stuff and then got injured.
Travis 0 for 2 today. He's popped up and grounded out. Well, only his second start. The first one, he went 6 innings against a good Baltimore team and pitched pretty well. You gave him a B.
Yes.
I think what was odd today was the inability to, or the unwillingness to throw a breaking ball.
Right, and the catcher's got to put it down too now, right? Like mix it in a little bit, don't you?
That was what I questioned a little bit there. It was Vasquez. At one point, do you say, I'm putting 3 fingers down. You're throwing a slider.
Right.
This is where we're going right now.
And if there's anybody that listens to him, to Vasquez, it would be Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Right? Because the other guys don't. I mean, you've watched him catch. They shake. You know, Price in particular shakes all the time. But he's your ace. I mean.
The 2-2 fouled away again. 4 home runs today.
Turn away if you don't want to see ugliness.
Right. First one was a Fenway home run. The Barney hit it all right, and then the 2 here were just bullets. Encarnacion hit that 3-1 pitch, just a linea.
What do you think he was looking for?
The 2-2 to Travis. He was late, and down he goes. Strike 3, but another home run. Martin connects. That makes it 5-0 Toronto. Franchises are proud to give back to the communities in which they live and work. Thousands of kids have had the chance to catch a free Sox game thanks to Dunkin' Donuts. Today we welcome the Framingham Baseball League to historic Fenway Park. Dunkin' Donuts, committed to the community. Dennis Eckersley, Steve Lyons, Dave O'Brien with you here from Fenway. Red Sox are down 5-0, and they don't have a hit against Marco Estrada. As we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, it'll be Betts, Pedroia, and Bogarts.
Time to turn it around. This offense we know can score.
Betts started the game by taking a walk, and Pedroia walked right behind him. The Red Sox didn't get a run in that inning. Hanley Ramirez took ball 4 to start the 2nd inning, but the next 3 went in order. And now Estrada has retired 12 straight.
If you're sitting at home wondering why the Red Sox don't have a hit, that's the reason right there. And sometimes when you see the replay of his changeup in slow motion,
there it is.
It doesn't do it justice. Once you slow everything down, those guys are swinging at his arm speed. Great arm speed with that changeup.
Circle change. I mean, the okay changeup just never gets there.
Foul back right here.
Here we are.
Oh, who's got it?
Man,
you're gonna hurt
you
somebody.
Were good. I give you credit.
He
didn't flinch.
It was a nice effort. It was a nice effort right there.
I got that one.
I was afraid it was going to hit this beam, so I was kind of ducking out of the way.
Right there.
He did not flinch or nothing.
Hey, I remember.
This is swinging a high, deep drive and toward the triangle, but it'll be Pilar to track that one down.
Freaks you out up here.
I remember a day when Dave O'Brien would turn away and let it hit him right in the butt. Now he's catching balls up here.
Well, almost.
Kidding me?
He did not flinch, man. I tell you what, I might have been out of here. I bailed a little bit.
I thought it was going to hit this, so I was bailing a little bit.
Whoa.
Lost my scoring.
That's the
pin.
first one I've had come up when I've been up here.
Yeah, they come up pretty good.
Your pen's probably down there somewhere.
I think it is. I think it is.
Wow. I give you a lot of credit. Stood right in there.
You just dropped your pen and just went for it, didn't you? That's awesome.
This is lucky pen too, and it's sitting in the stands like row 16 right now.
You want my pen?
Would you mind?
Yes, you need
Thanks.
it.
One man out. Pedroia has walked and grounded to second.
And a new level of respect for you, Dave.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. I totally agree.
I don't want to get in the way of many of those.
Whew.
It is. That's our prize. Bogarts on deck, and the 1-1 is fouled back.
And right at us again.
Taking target practice.
They're trying now.
You know,
you got to ease into
your hands sting a little bit now?
A little bit.
Yeah, that's hard to do.
There's no cover on that tarp, and that's not a great sign. That one is fouled away, and in between innings, Dave Meller was out with the umpires. And looking at that iPad and checking out that forecast. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Hooked that liner and caught by Dominguez for the second out. For every Red Sox hit in June, EchoStore Technologies donates $50 to the Sean Thornton Foundation. EchoStore Technologies, your data center solutions provider.
See Pedroia lunging at that line drive. He hit the third base. Hit that with all arms.
Well, you pitchers, you like to mess up the timing of the hitters.
Bogarts pops that one sky high around first base. Encarnacion will make the grab, and 1-2-3 go the Red Sox, still without a hit against Marco Estrada here this afternoon. Pilar swinging to the first pitch will pop this one up to Hanley Ramirez near first base, and that's a fast out to start the 7th inning. One away for Toronto. Red Sox Nation, from now through the end of June, Aetna will donate $500 to Boston Healthcare for the homeless. For every inning completed by a Sox starting pitcher at Fenway, visit NESN.com for a running tally. Just another way Aetna is helping build healthier communities. Estrada working on a no-hitter through 6 innings here at Fenway Park. And Dominguez, the batter, will take strike 1 from Heath Hembree.
How about that quick out from Pilar? He falls out of bed swinging, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah. You can't throw that guy strikes.
He's walked 5 times all year. Plays every day.
In the hole.
See it.
Airborne. The throw. Is he going to get him? He got him.
Wow.
Xander Bogaerts with a sensational defensive play. And he's starting to make this his signature right here.
He gets long way to go too. Long way to go. And then Hanley, watch Hanley at the back end of it. Short hop it, grab it, all good.
You see this ball in the hole. He gets to it soon enough, and then the Jeter throw, jump and throw, and that Golden Glove playing first base.
You got it.
Right?
There's Jeter. That's his idol. Just the way he used to do it. Tough to get a lot on that throw going away from the play.
Darwin Barney here. He's blasted a home run. And taking ball 4.
You know, the toughest part about that play, not only you're going away, but you have no leverage. You're in the air. No leverage to throw it.
0-1 dribbled off the end of the bat, foul. Bautista on deck. Red Sox down 5-0. And Toronto has been blasting it today, hitting 4 home runs. And every one of them has been up into the monster seats or right on the ledge. Here's the 0-2. He tried to check. Did he go? He didn't, according to the first base ump. And the count 1-2. We'll take a look at the side view here.
I thought he held up.
Sure. Well, we saw Barney hit the home run to left, but his bread and butter is going the other way. I think if I was Petey, I'd take about 3 more steps to my left at second base.
2-2.
Henry, he has so much more success against right-handed hitters, hitting $170 off him. Lefties are averaging .455.
Ooh.
The 2-2. He has filled up the count here. Bautista would be next. The Sox have due up in the bottom of the 7th inning, trying to break up a no-hit bid for T. Shaw and Ramirez. The 3-2 coming.
Ooh.
And he walks him. So Barney is on. Time for a game break, brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Here's TC. Tom, thank you very much. Now Bautista, who's homered, flied to right and hit into a double play. There are 2 down with a man on.
Wow. Pull cue ball.
How do you cue a 93-mile-an-hour fastball? I don't get that, huh? Usually something off speed you hit at the end of the bat.
Trying to get that bat head out.
Nothing in 1 on Bautista, who's hit 12 home runs. He's scuffled this year batting average wise, just .230. And the 0-1 from the right-hander.
Now, Dave, I like the fact that at this point in the game, headed into the 7th here soon, that you're talking about the fact that Estrada has not given up any hits, from the broadcasting school of passing along the information. I don't get when people in the broadcast booth won't talk about the fact that there's a no-hitter going on.
Well, there's a no-hitter going on.
Yes, there is.
When it's their side, but when it's our side, we got to be careful, right? I mean, I got hooted on several years ago.
No way.
For saying something. Yeah.
It's our job to tell the viewers what's going on.
I think it was Beckett had a no-no going. I think one game I did against Detroit, and I said something about a no-hitter. I didn't do it on purpose. I mean, I think I'm trying to jinx the guy. It was in the 6th inning. Like, sorry.
Yeah, I don't think you have anything to do with it. Up here.
Go to Vegas if you do.
Right.
I've seen broadcasters that won't talk about it. To me, it doesn't make any sense. We're not sitting them down on the bench with the players. Those rules don't apply. No one's sitting by him.
No.
Yeah, no one sat. I'll tell you what. I've been there. No one sits around. I don't want to talk to anybody either. I mean, came close a few other times, got one, and I didn't talk to anybody.
That's the old school players rules. Don't sit next to the pitcher when he's got a no-hitter. Don't say anything to him. Don't talk to him.
And don't make eye contact.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm not. I don't care if I do have a no-hitter or not. I'm not real chatty during the game when I'm pitching. I was wired.
Has walked 3 men.
A lot of goose eggs up there.
Good pitch count.
The 2-2 on Bautista. We've said this a lot today with Red Sox pitchers. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Yes, you have.
Donaldson would hit next if given the opportunity. And the 3-2 pitch. With a runner going, is swung on and missed for strike 3. So that will retire the side. Estrada back out there for a 7th inning. Ortiz, Shaw, Ramirez due up. Boston Red Sox baseball in Nesson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. By BuyAToyota.com, Toyota's website for deals. And by Sullivan Tire and Auto Service. Red Sox are trailing 5-0 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. That's part of the story. The other part of the story is that man is throwing a no-hitter.
Yes, he is. In the 4 punch-out, you see a curveball, several pitches. Curveball there to Shaw. High fastball, got away with an 88-mile-an-hour fastball to Ortiz. Another fastball up out of the zone to Bradley Jr. and then changeup here to Vasquez. Assortment of stuff. A lot of fly balls today. Only a couple of ground balls, but a goose egg in the hit line.
Saw a distinct difference between the 2 starting pitchers in today's game.
15 consecutive batters have been retired by Estrada. And here's Travis Shaw back in the 4th inning. And that long deep drive that Pilar made an outstanding catch on. But not a lot of great contact off him. And you're talking about the #1 offense in all of baseball.
Yeah, that would be a big feather in your cap. You throw a no-hitter at a team like this at this point in the season. That ball to Pilar in center field, easily the closest thing to a hit. And generally in a no-hitter, you don't see a bunch of great plays. You just kind of see a lot of pedestrian outs.
Long way to go.
This is where it starts to feel like a long way to go, right?
Long way to go.
You would know.
Ortiz to lead it off. David is lined to center. He's also struck out. And he backs away from ball 1.
I had a no-hitter once after 6 innings. Billy Martin was the manager in the other dugout, right? And he's whistling at me as I'm starting to warm up for the 7th, and he's got bats. He's got 2 bats in his hand, and he's like,
popped him up into right. Travis is back there for the shift anyway, and makes the catch, 1 away.
I mean, how can you do that? Can you imagine a manager doing that right now? Like when Farrell come out of the dugout with some bats saying, I'm going to get a hit.
Well, he was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Heck, you threw your no-hitter in 1977. Well, with the Cleveland Indians against the Angels.
Memorial Day.
Right.
12 strikeouts.
Right.
With 1 walk.
Got Remy a couple times. Remy was on that team.
He was 0 for 3.
Yes.
You struck him out twice.
He wasn't easy for me. You know, he always made contact.
Travis Shaw has struck out and fly to center field.
Who did you walk? You messed up your perfect game.
Can't remember. Must have came early. The biggest thing that keeps you in the game is a 1-0 game. It keeps you wired. You can't make a mistake, right? 7-8-0. You're just, next thing you know, you just throw it down the middle, right?
Yep.
Or whatever.
Yeah, keep you in it.
Yeah.
Ramirez on deck and the 2-1.
Oh, that's pain. Can't throw it any better. You cannot throw a pitch any better. Look at this. Down, corner, black.
That's the fastball command.
Line to center. Pilar there backing up. He's got it. 2 down. Well, it's the second time recently we have seen a pitcher with a no-hitter through 6 2/3. The last was Joe Kelly before he allowed the double to Uribe.
But everybody kind of knew that, you know, the pitch count was so high his first time back out. I mean, everybody's thinking, are you going to let him finish? And I think we all knew he wasn't going to, and then he gave up a hit.
And John Farrell said he was coming out after that.
You're right.
Regardless of whether he allowed a hit.
Well, they're letting him finish now down in AAA.
Hanley is walked and fly to center. In there for a strike. Every once in a while he'll mix in that curveball. Hanley 4 for 14 lifetime against this guy. Marco Estrada, 32 years old.
Man, he is painting.
We're seeing a marvelous exhibition of pitching.
Looks like Pettit.
Yeah.
Peeking like that. Little curveball. He's going to get it in the dirt.
0-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Hanley. Jackie Bradley would hit next if given the opportunity. Red Sox down 5-0. If you're just joining us, Marco Estrada is not allowed to hit today to the Red Sox. A team hitting .295 to lead the majors.
And, you know, you throw a no-hitter, you usually throw it against the old Tampa Bay team.
1-2. Hard hit but foul as he hooked it.
It's hard to keep that changeup fair. Wait back long enough for how you get your hands inside of a changeup down and in, right?
You're already off balance. You're out in front just a little bit, and then the bat head comes out and around, and by the time it catches up with the ball, you're going to yank it foul.
Estrada's 1-2, well outside. The last Red Sox base runner was Hanley in the 2nd inning.
You're the one that said he'd probably get out 15, 18 guys out in the road. Didn't you say that earlier? Be careful with this guy.
2-2. He flares that one foul. Well, now he's reached 17 in a row. It is a quiet Fenway Park.
A little peekaboo going on out there.
Two balls, 2 strikes, bases empty, 2 down.
Cutter.
Good pitch.
Got a piece of it.
You see that little cutter? Just enough right off the plate. Boy, he's thrown him everything. Fastball in, he's trying to freeze him.
2-2 again.
Ooh, got away with it.
Been a while since the Red Sox last had a no-hitter tossed against. It was 1993.
Chris Bosio.
Into right field, Bautista backing up. Oh, he made the catch over his shoulder. And a no-hitter is intact through 7.
That ball's gone in Toronto.
5-0 Blue Jays. Strikeout hunger. For every strikeout by a Sox pitcher, Lexus will donate $50 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. We move on to the 8th inning. Hembree stays on to pitch. The Red Sox are trailing 5-0, which has long since stopped being a big story in this game. The big story has been Marco Estrada, and just moments ago, Bautista made a long running catch in pretty deep right field. The second fine play that they have made in the outfield today on a shot by Hanley Ramirez.
Hanley had a great at bat to get to this pitch. Fastball in, he didn't get it in, left it out over the plate, and Bautista got a great jump on this ball, caught this ball easy right in stride. He says, oh yes, I'll take that.
So the Red Sox no hits through 7. Donaldson will lead things off. He's grounded out to third twice. He's also walked and scored, and he takes a strike.
In the whole scope of things, with the way that Estrada has dominated this game, I was pretty happy with the way Hanley swung the bat.
That was a good at bat.
You talked about a good at bat. He struck the ball solidly. You need to see a little bit more of that out of Hanley.
That's a good sign out of a guy who's been slumping. In for a strike. Donaldson, the MVP from last season. It's a high pop foul out of play. So the Sox will have Bradley, Young, Vasquez scheduled to bat in the 8th inning against Estrada, whose pitch count is in good shape. What is not in great shape is the forecast, which might add a fascinating piece to this story, as that one is fouled back, because in between innings Dave Meller has been checking with the umpires, looking at the forecast, and there is rain approaching Fenway Park.
It's getting darker and darker as we move along in this game.
Yeah, don't worry about nothing.
Really?
Oh.
The 0-2.
I believe that's called rain.
Yeah, you can feel it getting a little cooler.
Those people have been prepared.
Yeah, they've been ready all day. The 1-2. Pop that foul and off into the stands. These Sunday Smiles are brought to you by Hair Cuttery, home of the Smile Back Guarantee. No small print, just big smiles.
And big hugs.
With Jonathan before the game. He did our lineup with a little help from Hanley Ramirez.
Tell you what, the boys in the truck are giving Jonathan a lot of airtime there. I'd start to worry.
The 1-2 to Donaldson.
Kid did a good job with the old lineup, didn't he?
You got this big league guy hanging all over you, right? And you're trying to concentrate.
A little pressure.
It's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, it was added pressure right in the dugout. He nailed it. 1-2. He got him. Went right at him with the heater to strike out Donaldson.
Nice little battle between those two, and Hembree won it.
So one away. Encarnacion next. He has crushed a home run in this one. A 2-run shot in the 3rd inning against Eduardo Rodriguez, who only lasted 5 2/3. And gave up 4 home runs. Clay Buchholz is going to loosen up in the bullpen.
Yeah, that's the thing about Buchholz. You have to give him some time.
Looking to provide a once-in-a-lifetime experience for your guests? Well, you can visit redsox.com/premium sales or email premium sales at redsox.com. Learn more about Red Sox suites and premium packages. Outside to make it 2-0.
Heard Buchholz earlier talking about, well, I didn't get a chance to have my long toss. Huh? How about the long toss?
Yeah, I mean, he's got to change his style if he's going to be in the bullpen, right?
Yeah, this long toss just doesn't play right anymore. You can't do that anymore.
Or you can't get 50 pitches of warm-up. You don't have that kind of time either.
No, it takes some getting used to, I'm telling you.
Do you want Clay to change his routine at this point? I mean, Red Sox by the 18th of June are going to need a 5th starter. It may be him. Do you want him to go into a relief pitcher's routine? Is this one a squib back and handled by Hembree?
Not necessarily, but when I'm here to have to pitch him periodically to keep him right. And it's not that far away from his last start to where he can't ramp it back up to throw 90 to 100. But you wait too long and you get into that, what, month and a half, and you got to stretch it out.
Gotcha.
I just think you have to adapt to the situation that you're in, and he may be in this situation for a couple weeks.
Well, like I said, they don't need a 5th starter till what, June 18th?
June 18th, and there's no indication who that's going to be yet. As Russell Martin gets in and takes a strike. He's homered, he's grounded out, and he's walked. Ace Ticket is Boston's trusted source for Red Sox tickets, with the best seats and the lowest prices to all the games at Fenway, all with a 200% guarantee. Treat yourself for someone special by visiting aceticket.com or call 1-800-MY-SEATS. 5-0 Toronto here in the top of the 8th inning. And Marco Estrada is tossing a no-hitter at the Red Sox, who have only had 3 base runners in the game and all on ball 4. Those were very early in the contest. Swing and a miss. He got him. Strikes him out. A good tight slider. We go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. 5-0 Toronto. The no-hitter attempt. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Transparency, low fares, and nothing to hide. Back at Fenway, 5-0 Toronto. The Red Sox don't have a hit today against this man as we look at his pitching line. Brought to you by your Eastern Lexus dealers. Estrada through 7 as walked 3, struck out 4. And Jackie Bradley to lead off the last half of the 8th inning. He's popped out and struck out on the day. And he takes one in there inside for ball 1.
Dave, how many no-hit broadcasts have you been a part of?
9.
Wow. Goodness.
Yeah.
9.
Look at him swing through that fastball. 86 miles an hour. You said it. He's a fly ball pitcher. Not a big strikeout guy, but a lot of fly balls. Only 2 ground balls today.
1-1 popped up.
A lot of those.
A lot of those.
Martin coming out. Here comes the first baseman. Third baseman Dominguez will make the play for the out.
I love the way Martin positioned himself on that play. The way the ball spins for a catcher. You got to get out in front of it and turn around. But the correct call is to have one of those infielders come in and make that play.
Yeah, somebody else take charge. Let's go.
He has 5 more outs to get.
Watch Martin as he comes out. Now he'll turn around because the ball will spin back towards him. And then you get someone else to make the play.
Young gets a high deep drive in the left center field. Way back into the monster seats and gone. And the no-hitter is gone. And the shutout is gone. Say this, it was not a cheapie. He crushed it.
Still a great performance by Estrada, without a doubt.
No question. 7 1/3 before this.
Try to get a fastball in. He did not. 88 miles an hour right down Broadway. Cross seam. He just lifts this ball right out of here. As soon as he hit it, you knew it was gone. Talk about 5 hits on the day. First hit for the Red Sox out of the ballpark. All 5 hits today of both teams home runs.
Wow. You really need a mound visit after that?
Really?
What's he going to say?
Nice game.
Here's Vasquez lifting a foul, and Speedway proud to be New England's first choice for value and convenience for every Sox homer. Speedway donates $500 to Boston Children's Hospital. Stop by a Speedway near you and pick up your Speedy Rewards card and start earning points today. So Chris Young breaks it up, his 4th home run of the season.
Well, don't let the boys string a few hits together and turn that lineup over.
Jason Grilli getting going in their bullpen. It's 105 pitches as of now. And a liner in right field. Dropping, and caught by Bautista. Nice rolling catch. Boy, he's made a couple of outstanding plays today.
Last inning to end the inning off of Ramirez, and this is a ball that just seemed like it was a base hit. It just hung up just long enough. He can't be playing too deep there for Vasquez, but he makes a nice catch and does a little roll there. He's a better outfielder than people get him credit for.
Yeah, he doesn't get a lot of credit. That was excellent closing on that ball. A tough line drive that's sinking on him. If it gets by him, he's in big trouble, and he makes the play.
Brings up Mookie Betts with 2 down in the bottom of the 8th inning, but a run in and finally a hit on the board for the Red Sox. Mookie's gone 0 for 2. He's popped to third. He's flied to center. And looks at a strike. His last 16 games, he's hitting .379 with 18 RBIs and 8 homers.
Whoa.
Foul tipped into the mid down. He goes strike 3. So a bounce back for Estrada after finally allowing a hit. It's a home run to Young. 5-1 Toronto. In sports today, we have the Red Sox plays of the week, and we'll also go one-on-one with Bruins GM Don Sweeney. That's tonight at 10 on NESN Sports Today, presented by People's United Bank. Those two men of the hour, Estrada flirting with a no-hitter, and Chris Young breaking it up. I'll tell you this, Estrada will not be up late tonight wondering about that little blooper that fell in.
Yeah. They hit a couple balls hard early, Ortiz in the first inning, but after that, maybe Shaw, but this one was a no-doubter.
And there went the no-hitter and the shutout. 5-1 Toronto as we go to the ninth inning. Clay Buchholz now on the hill to make another relief appearance. This will be his third. 3-6, a .634 earned run average. And to pitch the ninth inning, he'll get Saunders, Travis, and Pilar here. And Clay's first one. Low for ball one. And Steve, you were talking about during the commercial break that play by Bautista on a sinking line drive by Vasquez felt like a bigger play than you might think.
Yeah, I really think it is. That ball drops in or maybe kicks by him. Vasquez is standing on second. There's still only one out, and maybe the boys start rolling. Now you get a guy who's been throwing a no-hitter, getting back on his heels a little bit.
Bautista with a couple of really fine plays. Talk about him being an underrated outfielder. He has an absolute cannon.
Yes.
He has one of the best right field arms in the game. Shaw will scoop that in the shift and on to first base to get Saunders.
Now here's the play we were talking about. Watch the closing speed on Bautista. This is a ball where you just say, hey, let me just back out of this one, let it drop, it'll be a base hit. He comes charging in, makes the play, makes it 2 outs in that inning, and gives Estrada a chance to get out of the inning.
That'll send up Devin Travis, who's gone 0 for 3. It was a rocky effort by Eduardo Rodriguez, although he did go 5 2/3 and give up only 4 hits. They were all home runs. And he surrendered 5 runs. The walks hurt him too on a couple of occasions. The 0-1.
Well, Dave, let's see if you know the answer to this question. I asked you about the no-hitters. You said 9. Outside of maybe like a 1-0 ball game, have you ever been in a game where every hit was a home run?
No, I know that's never happened.
Come on. There's 6 runs on the board.
It's happened today.
And he almost caught a foul ball.
Almost.
You'll get more chances. I'm just so proud of the way you hung in there. Didn't turn around and let you hit right off your wallet. We've seen that happen before.
Could use a little ice.
I know. It hurts, doesn't it, man? I'm telling you, people try to grab those foul balls. They don't understand how bad it hurts.
In there for strike 3 as he drops in the breaking ball.
Whoa, here it is.
Here's your center fielder. Well, maybe
not. That just spun right out of there.
You stayed with it, though.
Yeah, you still picked it up and threw the guy out.
I'm not sure that's an error.
You picked it up and threw him out.
Yeah.
You stayed right with it.
You kept it in front of you.
It wasn't clean, but, it's not as clean as I'd like, but that's not an error.
Better start bringing your glove up here.
You ain't lying. Here's Pilar, really puts his to good work, ranging to his left. Shaw got him.
Big surprise. Pilar swung.
Yeah. Very first couple of pitches while Osuna getting ready. 5-1 Toronto as we go to the bottom of the ninth. Is brought to you by Xfinity, and Toronto with the 5-1 lead as we go to the bottom half of the 9th inning. Estrada's been the big story. 8 innings. He's allowed 1 hit as he gave up that long solo home run to Chris Young. Rodriguez went just 5 2/3. He is on the hook at this point to take the loss. Estrada back out there.
108 pitches.
Let it ride.
And Dustin Pedroia is hitless. He has walked, rounded to second, and lined out to third base. His hitting streak of 12 in a row is on the line. And so is his hitting streak against Toronto of 25 consecutive games. And he lines that one down into the corner. He's heading for second. And he'll get there with a stand-up double. 13-game hitting streak. He has tied Jerry Remy for the longest hitting streak ever against Toronto, 26 straight.
Now they'll come and get him. This is, we've seen the last couple pitches that are right down the middle. Really, Young hit one out of the ballpark, and then that one.
Why even let him start that inning? I mean, I just would go straight to the closer, regardless whether it was a 4-run lead or not. No save, still no save.
Trying to get him the opportunity for a possible complete game, I guess.
That doesn't make sense in this day and age. What a game, though.
So Marco Estrada.
You hear a lot of cheering, but you also hear a lot of boos from the Red Sox fans, and those are cheers, I think. Those are boos of respect for what he did tonight.
And we'll be back at Fenway in just a moment. Red Sox Game Day Live presented by DCU. TC and Jim Rice preview the Sox next series against the Giants. DCU Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you? Tremendous performance there by Marco Estrada. He had a no-hitter for 7 1/3.
Oh, look out.
That one knocks the bat right out of Xander's hands by Osuna.
What's he asking the umpire at first for? Did he swing or not? Or did he hit him or not? I mean, look at this. He just drops his bat. This thing's coming right at your squash. I mean, whoa. What did it hit? Did you see it move a little bit?
I don't think it hit anything. He just dropped the bat. And
yeah, that was just a ball.
I think they were wondering, did he swing?
Right.
Osuna's been nasty. 17 straight scoreless.
And foul tipped into the mid.
There's some giddy up right there.
Estrada allowing the double to Dustin Pedroia. That's the last pitch he threw. He went 8. He is responsible for Pedroia at second base. 1 run against him right now. 2 hits, 5 Ks, and 3 walks. And a looper foul out of play by Xander, who is hitless in this one.
You see Xander, he swings down on the ball.
Yes. right down on top of it. I think that's what really helps his opposite field stroke.
Watch him
Watch his
swing
head.
down. Yeah.
Head down right on it. Ooh, that's wicked.
Nobody out. And a 1-2. Popped up. Been a tough day for Bogaerts. For a lot of hitters in this lineup, as Travis will put it away. And it's the first out. And we'll send up David Ortiz.
Almost 70% strikes. Tons of fly balls. 2 ground balls, 5 punch outs.
He retired 20 in a row at one stretch. He got Big Papi 3 times, a liner to center, strikeout, and a pop up to second. And strike 1 on David. There have only been 6 hits by these 2 offenses all day.
Most of them ended up in the street.
This crowd wants another one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Red Sox are headed to San Francisco tonight. They'll be traveling, even though tomorrow's the off day, they'll be traveling this evening to Northern California and enjoy the off day in San Francisco Monday. The 1-1. Dustin Pedroia at second base. David taking his time climbing in. Osuna, one of the harder young throwers in the American League. Rocketed into right field. He punched it. That'll go all the way to the fence. Pedroia's in to score. Another double for David. And the Red Sox on the board again. That'll make it 5-2.
And another guy who thinks he can throw 96 past David. You can't do it. I don't care that he's 40.
Another double for David. It's exactly what you have to say on this. Fastball middle, 96, yanks it down the right field line. He's been doing this regular all season long.
That's 26th double.
Going to run for him.
It'll be Rusney Castillo to run for him. So David is done for the day. Comes up with an RBI double, his 54th RBI.
I guess I just don't really understand why you run for him in this situation. His run at this point in the game doesn't even mean that much, but it will if you score 3 more. And then your best player's out of the game if you tie this game up.
We'll be thrilled if that happens.
Here's Travis Shaw, 0 for 3. Strikeout, a fly to center, a liner to center. He's had a couple of good cuts today that have yet to bring him a hit. It's Tommy Lane throwing in the pen. Red Sox showing life here these last 2 innings. That's a strike.
I don't think so.
Wow. Pitch zone didn't say it was.
He sets upright. Watch the glove. Reaches a little bit. He didn't think so.
0-2 inside. Andy Ramirez on deck.
That's a smart pitch right there. If you got the one before, go ahead, go right back in there.
Castillo leading at second base with 1 away. Swung on and missed, and down he goes, strike 3.
That's some hump right there.
So 2 down.
A couple of fastballs inside, and you can almost get away with something middle. He wants to throw it away, throws it right down the middle, but it's got some air on it. Cross seam. See ya.
Andy Ramirez now, he's 0 for 2. Almost broke up the no-hit bid by Estrada, which ended after 7 1/3 innings. He almost broke it up in the 7th inning. with a line drive to right field that Bautista chased and got. Made a nice play on. Castillo away from second. Trying to hold up, but it's a swing and a miss according to home plate umpire, and that runs the count to 1-1. Red Sox have finally scored in each of the last 2 innings, trailing 5-2. Toronto is on the verge of taking the series. The Yankees are leading the Orioles in the 6th inning 1-0. At the moment, the Sox with a 1-game lead on Baltimore and 3.5 over Toronto. Osuna with a 2-1 pitch. Driven to center field. Pilar to the triangle. Off the wall. The run is in. Hanley to second base, and he's there safely. That makes it 5-3.
This Red Sox team is nothing but a doubles machine. The 3rd double of the inning. And I'll tell you what, Hanley smoked this ball. This ball didn't get up in the air all that high. He couldn't get out of here because he hit it so hard on a line. Look at this.
And the wind has changed. It's kind of blowing in from center field now. Tough one. And 2 excellent at-bats out of Hanley in his last 2.
I mean, that ball scorched to get over Pilar's head. The deepest part of the ballpark. That ball's a bomb in a lot of places. Hadn't had an extra base hit in quite some time.
His last 12 hits were all singles.
You know, he lined that ball in the 7th inning. Both of you guys were saying the same thing. He might be back again. You know, he might have squared his swing away. Well, you wouldn't have said it a half hour ago, but the Red Sox have the tying run at home plate. In Jackie Bradley, he is 0 for 3, 1 for 4 with a home run against Osuna. 5-3 Toronto here in the 9th. 2 down. 0-1.
I was going to say, you want to be a little careful here with Jackie when you got Chris Young on deck, even though he went deep last time, but he goes right after him.
You know Jackie's going to swing early in the count.
A little bit of light rain beginning to fall at Fenway.
Man.
0-2. 97.
He's getting serious.
Again, you point back to the Bautista play in the 8th inning on Vasquez.
That wristy kind of cheese, isn't it? Like, little guy out there can really create some velocity.
The 0-2 home. He overthrew that one.
Wristy cheese. I've never had any of that.
Yeah, it's nasty.
Check the dairy at Shaw's. 1-2. Inside.
No, yeah, there we go.
He's just airing it out, this kid.
Toronto trying to hang on. Hanley at second. 5-3. The Blue Jays by 2. Young on deck. He homered in the 8th to break up the no-hit bid. Line drive. Base hit. Here comes Hanley. He's going to score. This is a 1-run game.
First off speed pitch.
Why?
Why? First off speed pitch to Bradley. He's all over it.
Why do you throw that
I know
pitch?
he can't catch up with the fastball. Who cares? Good for us. You see the breaking ball just spinning right there. And he just flips this ball. It turns out to be a line drive into right field.
He's out in front, but he kept his hands back.
He
Still
did.
had enough to hook it over there.
That's good hitting after seeing all that gas.
So that'll bring up Chris Young with 1 down in the 8th inning. Smashed a home run into the monster seats. The first Red Sox hit all day against Estrada, who flirted with the no-hitter and lost it. And now the Red Sox have scored 3 times in the bottom of the 9th inning. Back to his home run cut in the 8th.
First pitch fastball right there. Nothing fastball, but he leaves the yard. He's going to have to tone it up a little bit here with Osuna.
Line shot. Base hit. Toward the warning track. Scooped up by Saunders. Jackie will stop at second base. And the Red Sox keep on coming.
Wow. Boy, Chris Young, he was ready for that fastball. I mean, he just went to work on this first pitch. Fastball middle, and he's got the head out.
He did exactly what you said. He hit an 88-mile-an-hour fastball out of the ballpark. He had to pump it up a little bit to get to that one. And Jackie does a smart thing here, not trying to go to third base. He would have been gunned down.
The Red Sox dugout.
This is huge right here. Let's go.
That is 5 consecutive Boston hits. Or 3 consecutive. It's 5 in the inning for a team that only had 1 hit in the first 7 1/3. Here's Marco Hernandez now. The runners at first and second. He bats for Vasquez.
And Osuna doesn't know what hit him right now. He's kind of dazed out there.
The Red Sox are in the same situation as the Blue Jays were earlier in this game. They're pretty sure they're going to see some fastballs here.
Kimbrel beginning to loosen. Tying run at second. 2 down, bottom of the 9th. And that's going to miss for ball 2.
I like the approach so far by Hernandez. This is a guy who needs a single right here. You don't need to jump the yard. A single ties the game up, and you keep the train moving, as they like to say.
In Baltimore, he did jump the yard.
Yes, he did.
3-run homer. Mookie Betts up next.
Well, he's partying right now, man. Here it is.
The 2-0. That's ball 3.
Whoa. Excellent discipline from a guy who does not get to play very often.
He's just trying to throw a strike right here and hangs on too long. Kind of get afraid of that strike zone after they start hitting ropes off you.
Here's the 3-0 pitch.
Not swinging here.
Taking all the way right through there for a strike.
Got a fastball 3-0. You're probably going to get a fastball 3-1, and now you've seen a couple of them.
We'd like one down a little bit. A lot of pressure on this young kid.
Back up the middle.
Osuna with a 3-1. Fouled away.
So you like that ball down. Might have been a ball.
So the count is full. Runners at first and second. 2 down. The Sox have struck for 3 to pull to within 1. 5-4 Toronto.
Everybody running. Ooh, head start over there for the Chris Young on first base.
Osuna with a 3-2. The runners go. Fouled away. Jackie Bradley at second base.
Remember, Ted Williams used to say if you fouled off a pitch, sometimes you could smell the bat and the ball burning. Watch what Hernandez does. Kissed his bat.
I just feel the tension in this ballpark. I'll tell you what. If we got action right now.
It's a different game all of a sudden, isn't it?
3-2 again. Cut on and missed, and that's the ball game.
Wow.
The Red Sox leave runners at first and second in the bottom of the 9th inning. And Toronto hangs on by their fingernails to win it by a final of 5-4.
That was probably a strike right there, but a really tough pitch for a left-hander to go up and get.
Boy, what a comeback that would have been. I mean, it was electric right here. Everybody was on their feet. Osuna was kind of stunned. He got out of it barely.
TC, a lot of thrills in the end, but Red Sox were missing one thrill. 5-4. Toronto wins it and they take the series.